Statesmen Nation, here with Logan Loftus, senior wrestler out of Marengo, Iowa. I appreciate you coming in. I know you've had a busy week of finals and everything, so hopefully this gives you a chance to just relax a little bit. We were talking hunting off camera, so we got a chance to break him down a little bit so he's not nervous at all. We're ready to go. All right, man. Well, I know you had a redshirt year in there, so hence why I kind of mentioned you as a senior. I think you've got listed as a junior on the website. But just talk about your career a little bit. I mean, I know you've had the ups and downs with those injuries and such, but now that you've got all that experience under your belt, just kind of talk about where you feel like you're at, on the mat.
Yeah, like you said, I've been kind of plagued with injuries throughout the years, but right now I'm back to my starting position, so having an okay year, still dealing with injuries.
Right.
But competition's tough, like always. But it's just a grind. You just got to keep pushing through.
Right. What have you noticed more than anything throughout your career here that something that you're continuing to work on that will obviously take you to the next level? Something that obviously you didn't have to work on in high school, as a state champ and everything.
I think it's probably mostly the technique and just getting the way that college matches are wrestled.
Right.
I mean, there's an extra minute, but it's just a lot more high tempo, always moving, always trying to attack your opponent. So,
right, get in the best position and everything.
Exactly.
A lot of things you could probably get away with in high school, obviously. Yeah. So, I think you said you were wrestling this weekend at Simpson, so quick plug-in. Indianola, over in Indianola, Simpson invite Logan and the guys will be over there. Final wrestling meet before break, and then hopefully you guys don't get too fat and come back in good shape. But what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Tournament-wise?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully all wins, but
right.
There's going to be some tough teams there. Yeah. Like always. I think we have a good group of guys going, so it should be a pretty good tournament. Yeah.
Individually, anything that you would like to continue to excel at, something that you're going to say, I need to work on better this weekend to have a successful tournament?
Well, there's always room for about everything.
Yeah.
Technique is probably the best thing. Just the things that I work on, things I do well in matches, those are the things I try to perfect. Right. So those are the things I'm always trying to improve and get better at.
Definitely. As a returner, you guys have new kids, and obviously every year new spawn of guys coming out there. But obviously those younger guys have to be looking up to you. You've got the experience under your belt. So what are some things that you tend to work on them with? I'm guessing obviously techniques had to be one of them, but other things that you work on through actions as well as words to help them adjust to the college.
Yeah, conditioning is a big thing with the lower class level kids. I try to push them through, never stop moving pretty much. Right. If you're on bottom, always try to be getting up. Yeah. Always pushing forward. Don't be stalling. I guess they'd say. Just simple stuff like that. Just to get used to the college style match.
Right. Definitely. Yeah. Yep. All right, man. Well, the reason I brought you in is for this, the Statesmen 16s, we call it. So, as much as it was fun talking about wrestling a little bit, and again, best of luck as the season progresses. But we'll get right into all this fun stuff. So, all right, first one you got marked is, what's your favorite thing about the wrestling program here at William Penn?
I'd say probably the teammates and coaches. Yeah. Just the good group of guys, and I got some great friends on the team, and coaches do an excellent job at pushing us and pushing us what we need to be doing. Right,
definitely. This is always the tough question, so hopefully you're ready for it, but who's the one person in history you'd most like to meet?
Probably Johnny Cash, maybe.
Okay, very cool.
Man.
Yeah, definitely, Man in Black. All right, Coach Reed, you've been with them for a few years now. What's one word that you would use to describe him?
Robot.
Robot?
Yeah, just like a wrestle. He's like an energizer bunny.
Right, just keeps going and going. Yeah. All right, what's your favorite restaurant?
Who Hot.
Okay, over in
Mongolian Grill.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, if you were not wrestling, what other sport would you like to play?
Probably football. Okay. I played football in high school and was I like the team aspect of it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
A certain position you played?
Quarterback and linebacker.
Okay, cool. What's some advice that you'd give to a junior high or high school athlete that wants to compete in college?
First thing would be just have the good grades.
Yeah.
Can't be playing wrestling if you
don't
have grades.
Can't wrestle if you're not taking care of the class, right? For
and
sure.
Just have fun, because if you don't have fun in the sport,
what's the point?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. What's one place you'd most like to visit?
Anywhere tropical, really.
Okay.
Like going.
Especially
like
when
that.
it's 5 degrees outside today.
Yeah, a little change sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. All right. What do you do in your spare time when you have spare time?
Hanging out with friends, probably the biggest thing. I would go hunting, fishing.
Right.
Being outdoors, pretty much.
Definitely. Okay. If you were stranded on a deserted island, who is one person you'd bring, and what is one item that you would bring?
Probably my dad.
Okay.
He's taught me all about camping and all that kind of stuff. But one item, knife or something.
I think a knife, good strong knife would get you pretty far. All right. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
Maybe the 50s.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, the culture seems cool to me. The way
Right.
they dressed and
Yeah.
the way the culture was, I guess.
Nice simple way of life too, right? Definitely have a 55, 57 Bel Air or whatever year it is. That's what I would have. All right, two-part question. How would you describe yourself, and how would your friends describe you?
Describe myself as a hard worker, kind of quiet guy.
Okay.
My friends say, yeah, I'm quiet at first, but once you get to know me, I start opening up.
Right.
So I guess that's how they would.
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably a goofball at that point after that, right?
Sure.
All right. What is the most played song, or maybe most played artist on your iPod or in your car or whatever?
Party for Two, Shania Twain.
All right. Going old school on that one. I shouldn't say real old school, but that's several years back now. All right. Three-part question. What is your favorite time of day, your day of the week, and your month of the year?
Time of the day, probably like at night, because that's when I'm relaxing.
Right.
Time of the month, the weekend. And the year, probably fall.
Okay.
Fall or summer.
Right.
So.
Good times for hunting and fishing, all that, right? All right. If you could learn to do something you can't currently do, what would that be?
Well, trying to learn the guitar, and I consider myself, I can't do it right now.
Right.
So probably that.
Just keep on working, right?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Who in your life has been the most influential?
Definitely my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, they've always pushed me throughout life, all the different aspects.
Right.
Always there for me and supporting me, so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, if money were no object and you couldn't go into professional athletics, what would your dream job be?
Anything outdoors, I guess.
Right.
That's fun. I don't have to work hard.
Yeah, I could see you being like a guide or something, like
just
Montana or Wyoming, and going on some hunts. Very cool. All right, man. Well, thanks so much for coming in for a few minutes. Again, if you're over in Indianola, check out the wrestling team one more time before winter break, and then they'll be back early January and get going again. So, again, best of luck as the season goes on.
Thank you.
Right, thanks, Logan.